do you think we're getting close to, and I'm not saying this hyperbolically because people are saying it all over. Civil War, yeah.
I've said that numerous times. Yeah, I've said that numerous times. I've thought that a long time.
Yes, we are heading toward, doomsday.
Civil War, they want Civil War.
No.
We might be on a precipice of Civil War, but it ain't going to last long if we do go to a Civil War.
What's the shirt mean?
Oh, they suck. They're the worst. They're the problem with this country.
What can we do to bridge the divide in the country?
Bridge the divide in the country? I don't know. Close the borders. Yeah.
With the divide between Americans, what can we do to bridge the divide between Americans?
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and Republicans now claim to be the party of unity. But let's face it, MAGA and unity is an oxymoron.
Divide between Americans. What can we do to bridge the divide between Americans?
I don't know. You want to help me out here?
Probably talk to each other more. Listen to each other.
Less name calling?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And the shirt says?
Liberals suck.
All right, thank you.
When asked about the party's newfound love for unity, his face says it all.
I don't know. You want to help me out here?
Republicans claim they want unity, but their supporters are out there calling for more division. These knuckle-dragging morons pledge loyalty to a convicted felon who wants to turn the country into a dictatorship, and they are cheering him on. It's absolutely pathetic. These folks are the same ones who think the earth is flat and relate to Donald Trump on a third grade level. And did they get their stupid t-shirts on sale? These cult members are a perfect cross-section of Trump's base. Ignorant, dumb, and wrong about absolutely everything. Talking about ignorant, dumb, and wrong about everything, what's the first word that pops into your head when you hear the name J.D. Vance?
President Trump did a really good job. And I actually think it's a good thing when you see somebody, you were wrong about him, you ought to admit the mistake and admit that you were wrong.
Is it bootlicker, sellout, spineless worm, or even Donald Trump's vice presidential pick?
To come together, to be united, but others are directly pointing the finger at President Biden with, of course, no evidence that he incited this or had anything to do with this assassination attempt. We heard J.D. Vance, Senator J.D. Vance, who is one of the leading picks for vice president, in a tweet say, this is not just some isolated incident. The central premise of the Biden campaign is that President Donald Trump is an authoritarian fascist who must be stopped at all costs. That rhetoric led directly to President Trump's attempted assassination.
If you thought of any of those things, sadly, you'd be right. J.D. Vance is a mouthpiece for Trump and everything he stands for, which is the overthrow of our democracy and subversion of our Constitution. Their media strategy reveals the true nature of what the two are all about, exploiting hot-button issues and spreading misinformation to con their supporters into opening their wallets. This isn't about genuine policy differences. It's about playing to the gallery, keeping the base fired up, and ensuring the donations keep rolling in. What a couple of despicable con men. And speaking of despicable, Brian Glenn's recent appearance on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast confirms this hypocrisy.
Make no mistake, if you turned the tables and it were a, say, Trump supporter who had tried to shoot Biden, do you think Democrats would be pushing for unity right now? They would be weaponizing, though they already have, the full force of the federal government to come after MAGA. The media would be squarely blaming this on President Trump.
They would be taking your Second Amendment right. Where are the Republicans calling for gun control after the left attempted to suicide on President Trump? You would think that we would be calling for gun control. No, we're not doing that, but the left would do that.
This guy Glenn, who hangs out with MAGA rapper Forgiato Blowhard, mocked the idea of unity with Democrats after the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. He claims Republicans aren't calling for gun control despite an alleged attack from the left. Glenn, along with March of Trainwreck Green, is all about making money off their base by creating division. They couldn't care less about actual unity. Republicans now claim to be the party of unity, but it's a joke. Their actions and words promote nothing but division. They thrive on chaos, manipulating their base's fears for profit and power. Their so-called calls for unity are absolutely phony. They don't want to bring people together. They want to keep us divided for their own selfish desires. It's time to call out these phony claims. The only way to unite the country is get rid of the corrupt politicians and judges that are only out to make a profit. Speaking of corrupt judges, recently U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon made a significant ruling in the classified documents case against Donald Trump.
Judge Eileen Cannon has dismissed the classified documents case against Donald Trump in Florida. This is massive news. We did not see this coming at all. This is a case that she tentatively postponed to a later date. The original trial was set for the end of May. She moved it back a couple of months, though not setting a date. She has just dismissed it in a 93-page court document saying that Jack Smith, the special counsel's appointment, violates the appropriations clause and the appointments clause of the United States Constitution.
Basically, Cannon dismissed the charges. This type of blatant disregard for justice is what MAGA expects. They want a two-tiered system of justice that favors a convicted felon over Joe Biden. Calling out these lies is what we need to keep doing. We need to focus our attention on Donald Trump's plan for America, and it's not all peaches and cream like his brain-dead cult members think that it is. Another dictator is not what America or the world needs. Donald Trump is dangerous, and he and his sycophants in Congress are trying to help him enact his Project 2025 manifesto. It's ironic that J.D. Vance once called Trump's America's Hitler, but here he is kissing the orange ass. We don't need sellouts in the highest office in the land, and we don't need uneducated, toothless morons erasing our democracy and replacing it with the Trump crime syndicate. We cannot let these morons determine our future. While these idiots are claiming that God protected Donald Trump from a Republican shooter's bullet and the sad sack had to be carried away under the trauma. Trump was up bright and early on the golf course the following day. Reaching out to the families of shooting victims wasn't his first choice, but go figure. That's Donald Trump, and this is the same BS drama that he's famous for. Donald Trump isn't running to make the country better. He's running to escape justice and will throw anyone under the bus that gets in his way. Donald Trump is a common criminal and needs to be locked up. Just because a Republican with a gun nicked his ear doesn't give him a free pass to institute Project 2025 and wipe his ass with the Constitution. We have to continue to stand up to Trump's lies and go out and vote every one of these MAGA morons out of office and kick their raunchy supporters to the curb too. Only then can we move forward as a truly united nation. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.